Hey guys, A-Count Kitchen Chef Jermaine Wright here. Today what I want to talk to you guys about is something that is near and dear to my heart. That is tasting your food as you go. Now, somebody may watch this video and be like, oh, if you're identifying as a chef, executive chef, sous chef, line cook, home cook, isn't it a no-brainer that people taste their food anyway? No, not so much. You would think so. I would think so too. But you don't know how often I'll run into people who know that I cook and they're like, hey, I cook too. And I'm like, oh, awesome. I was like, do you taste your food as you go? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like people think it's a no-brainer, but let me give you some reasons why it just makes sense to taste your food as you go. One, because if you're a chef, you probably started out from liking to eat, right? So it just makes sense. You just think it makes sense that I'm going to cook and I'm going to taste my food as I go because you like to eat. But the real stuff is, number two, it's the biggest way, trial and error, for you to correct your mistakes. Now, you won't know if a mistake exists if you didn't taste your food. You have to taste your food. So another thing is knowing flavor profiles. That way you'll know how to counterbalance or counteract some of your mistakes. So if you know that something is too acidic, add something sweet to kind of balance that out. If you know that something too spicy, add something that's like creamy and smooth so it can smooth out the, your palate and your taste buds. If you know that something is too salty or savory, add some water to dilute it. You have to know your flavor profiles and you have to know your mistakes, and you can't know that unless you taste your food. Don't be that person who gets robbed and then wants to install a burglary system. That doesn't make sense. In other words, don't be that person who waits until the food is plated and their customer or their friend, family, loved one, cat, whoever, eats your food and you see a bad reaction. And then you're like, oh, I ain't really put my foot in TLC into it like I usually do. Don't be that person. Don't be that guy. Let's lose the disclaimers and let's just start tasting our food as we go. It just makes sense. And it's going to make a big deal and a big difference because you'll be more confident on what goes out on that plate. I'm Jermaine Wright. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching and supporting.